Alright, this is Defenders issue number 108, Trouble in Paradise. This continues the three-part storyline about Velcro, a story which tidies up and resolves most of her continuity bothers. And it includes Amanda the Enchanter, so that is a big win in my eyes. Jim DeMatteis writes, a mob boss does the art, and the actual continuity cleanup is courtesy of Marky Mark J. He was concurrently doing much of the same over in Thor, tidying up Thor continuity, and he even touched on Velcro a bit in those issues. What has happened so far is Velcro died. Then the cat was getting haunted by a ghost. So they had a seance. And it turns out that Velcro's soul was trapped inside her sword. Bringing us to the last issue's cliffhanger, which was Amanda the Enchanter arrived and said that she could fix things. For this story, the Defenders are also joined by Spider-Man. And this is because Spider-Man has been teaming up with individual members of the unit for the last year and change over in Spider-Man Team Up. And actually, one of them even featured a plot all about Velcro's sword. Both the books were written by Jim DeMatteis, and that is why there is so much heavy crossover between the two. And in fact, after this three-parter, we have an issue of Spider-Man Team Up that continues on from the end of next issue. Amanda the Enchanter is, by the reckoning of most readers, a bad guy. Not to me, she is misunderstood and the character whose side I am automatically on. She wants to manipulate the Defenders into one of her mad schemes to attain satisfaction. She is sending them off to an alien world to acquire a MacGuffin for her, and in exchange she will restore Velcro's soul to her body. There are some nice character beats snuck into all of this. Stuff with the cat, stuff with Hulk, stuff with Satan's son. Those are the best parts of the issue. The moments where characterization comes to the surface. The Defenders are in disagreement about what to do. Some of them are willing to do Amanda's orders to restore their friend to life, while the others notice she is evil, and that her plans to resurrect Velcro would mean the death of Velcro's human host, Barbara Norris. More on her later. So they split up with half the team going to accomplish the mission, while the other half, which includes Spider-Man, they go to try and think of an alternative. Meanwhile, Amanda the Enchanter, I see some sadness in her motivation in this. She wants this MacGuffin to restore her own purity so that she is worthy of the love of a being who is the embodiment of love itself. Yes, this is apparently the same entity that battled Thanius in Affinity Gauntlets. Amanda the Enchanter is so lonely and unloved that she thinks that the abstract idea of love is the only thing that will satisfy her. And even she realises that she is not worthy of it, that she needs to purify herself. It is played entirely as an evil, selfish scheme. But I am biased, and I think she is a nice girl. This isn't a perfect comic. There is a lot of story that isn't executed correctly. It might be the case that before this I read that Daredevil, which was pitch perfect storytelling, but things like establishing this alien world clearly are absent. We get short flashbacks filling us in on Velcro's history and connection to Amanda the Enchanter. This will explain how and why Amanda the Enchanter continued to be important to Velcro's first appearances. On this alien world... Actually, here's a thing. It wasn't introduced well enough. And up until they said it was an alien planet in the captions 3 or 4 pages in, I thought they were in fairyland. The Rose of Purity. That is the object that Amanda wants them to obtain. It has created a small paradise for 2 aliens who discovered it and care for it. The big blue fella and his red ARP playing friends. We learn that in the past, Velcro had sought adventure by becoming Amanda the Enchanter's bodyguard sort. And she saw Amanda was evil, and so tried to part ways with her and stop her scheming. But Amanda the Enchanter used magic to trap her soul and use it as a plaything. This brings us to Barbara Norris. Barbara Norris was a woman introduced in Doctor Strange. She was trapped in another dimension filled with eldritch horror, and it drove her insane. Her body was used as a host for Velcro. Amanda the Enchanter forced Velcro's soul into Barbara, which made Barbara's body Velcro's new body. In Steve Goebbels' run, we also had John, Barbara's husband, who was having to deal with the new situation that his wife had been replaced with Velcro. He wound up involved in plenty of Defenders stories as a result. Unfortunately, even this straightforward rendition of Velcro's origin that I am providing you is still very complicated and confusing. I've not mentioned how Amanda the Enchanter was Velcro in one issue, or the other woman she transformed into Velcro. And I'm not even bothering with the previous attempt to try and make Velcro's origin make more sense, because it's not really necessary to follow this story. What we have here is the ultimate solution. After this, nobody came along and tried to fix it again, because this fixed it. It even resolves the problem where Barbara Norris would seemingly have to suffer for Velcro to exist. The Defenders, the four of them on this quest, they befriend the blue alien and the red alien, and they get to experience this nirvana for themselves. They start to realise that they have to take this away from these alien people, and for a selfish reason of restoring their dead friends. It is a nice conflict, and it is the sort of thing Jim DeMatteis is great at. And so we quickly descend into a powwow with Big Blue. I wish this story had a bit more breathing space. This part of the story anyway. We very quickly get to the Rose, these aliens, and then a fight with them. It doesn't feel much of a quest. It feels like a thing that happened. During the fighting, the cat realises and makes the decision for the others that they are definitely in the wrong. Their actions have made these aliens into hostile, angry monsters when they were friendly and polite and happy before their world was threatened. So the heroes, they apologise and make amends with the aliens, and Amanda the Enchanter isn't happy about them abandoning their mission, so she strands them on this alien planet. We never see these guys again. The aliens, not the Defenders. We never see the aliens or the Rose of Purity ever again. But they did receive an handy-book profile in the Defenders handy-book from 2012. The penultimate handy-book they ever released. Back in Fairyland, the other Defenders have tracked Amanda down. And now we see that Love rejects Amanda the Enchanter as well. Love has come to say that Amanda the Enchanter is evil. And even if Amanda did join with it, she would only corrupt the concept of love. Heartbreaking stuff. If Amanda the Enchanter is looking for a rebound, though, she can comment down below. Now, this bit of clean-up, I think, is Jim DeMatteis because it's fucking narratively satisfying. This is great because it lets Barbara and Barbara's suffering have a payoff. I have avoided talking specifics about the Steve Engeltine issue about Barbara because you can guess. This doesn't mitigate the torture she has been put through, but it leaves Barbara in a blissful, heavenly state forevermore. And that means we don't have to ever acknowledge how Velcro's existence was causing a woman to be forever raped by demons. The issue ends with Velcro now restored to life and in her proper body, in her own body for the first time since her introduction, and she swears vengeance upon Amanda the Enchanter for all the pain that she has caused her. And I would hope Barbara too. There are ups and downs with this issue. I don't think everything is amazing in it, but there are parts of it that I do really enjoy. I wish all its parts were great, but some of them are thoroughly mediocre. I do have to give it a 7 thumbs up.